Totoro, you must have heard of him. And Sweeten Totoro, he is associated with which field? Which one? Narratology.
Something narration.
Very good, very good. Narratology, very good. Okay, then simulacrum.
Jean Baudrillard. Jean.
Baudrillard. Okay, for which work Shashi Tharoor won the Sahitya Akademi Award in 2021?
The Great Indian Novelist.
No, ma'am. It's in 2021. When God is a Traveler. Who wrote preface to Black Skin White Mass? Who wrote the preface for Frantz Fanon's Black Skins White Masks? Jean-Paul Sartre. Okay. Where do you find the character Offred in Canadian literature? Maybe Margaret Atwood's one work.
Handmaid's Tale.
Very good. Handmaid's Tale. Where do you find Marianne McAlpin? This is also a famous work. I'll give you options. You need the
Edible Women.
Very good, very good. Edible Women, which is about technology-nature conflict. There is a dystopian humanoid work called Oryx and the Crake, but this is different. Famous work, her famous work. Immediately when we hear, we will say this name. Surfacing. Okay. Santiago did not catch a fish in Old Man and the Sea for how many days?
84 days.
Okay. Tennessee Williams called his style as poetic naturalism. Poetic naturalism. Okay. And where do you find Dr. Aziz, Miss Adila Quested, Cyril Fielding?
Salman Rushdie, sir.
Not Salman Rushdie. E.M. Forster.
Passage to India. E.M. Forster.
A passage to
India.
India. Okay, where do you find Jean Valjean?
The Bishop story.
Very good. Come closer.
Victor
French.
Hugo.
Yes.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables. That's it. Very good. Where do you find this adventurous story? You know, it's an adventurous story in which you find characters like Longs, John Silver, Jim Hawkins. It is made as a film. The film is quite famous. I don't know.
Sir, Treasure Island, sir.
Treasure Island, wonderful. Holden Caulfield.
Answer enna?
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
Okay. Where do you find Holden Caulfield? Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye.
And where do you find the famous characters Henry Walton, Basil Hallward? You know this story. It's a wonder. Oscar Wilde, I think. Henry Wotton, Basil Hallward. It is about art. They will draw a picture.
Picture of Dorian Gray.
Okay. And then Winston Smith in George Orwell's
1984.
Alonso Cuijano actually. Alonso Cuijano. The work's title also will be like this. Spanish. Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
Okay. And it's a repeat. Let's see if you remember this. Sally.
Yes.
Sally. I've already told this. A lesbian character will be there.
Alice Walker's.
The color purple.
Color purple.
Okay. So Atticus Finch. The famous.
Yes.
There will be a black lawyer. Children.
Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Wonderful. And where do you find Willie Somerset Chandran? Naipal.
Half-Alive.
Yes, very good. Half-Alive and Magic Seeds. Where do you find Lenore? Raven. Raphael is the guardian angel in where?
Paradise Lost.
Paradise. John Tanner and Anne Whitefield. There will be brothers. No, I think that reference. Sorry. John Tanner. It is about a little bit about agriculture and things. G.B. Shaw's famous work. The title itself will be a little bit unique. John Tanner and
Man and Super.
Very good.
That the property.
Man and Superman. About, I think just don't remember. I think it's about brothers. Is it so, ma'am?
No. The father leaves property among his daughters.
Oh, daughters. I think I'm confusing it with two brothers will be there. One for a fight. One girl. They love a same girl. They're
not brothers actually. Cousins.
Oh, okay. Fine. Okay, where do you find Dorothea and Celia? In Orwell's. Another Celia is coming.
1984, sir.
No, ma'am. Middlemarch.
Orwell. Middlemarch.
Yes. Reed's family.
Celia Brooke.
Yes. Celia Brooke, I think. I didn't write it like this. I think it's Brooke. The Reed's family. One of the Bronte sisters works. Reed's family. Reeds. Reeds.
Charlie Bronte.
Jane Eyre. Yes, you are right. Okay, where do you find Anna Fierling? A mother. The work starts with mother.
Mother Courage.
Mother Courage and her children. Okay.
Children.
And where do you find Locksley Rebecca Rowena? It's a famous historical work. Ivanhoe. Very good.
Yeah.
Where do you find Algernon Moncrief, John Worthing?
The importance of being honest.
Very good. Importance of being honest. And where do you find Elinor and Marianne Dashwood?
Dashwood.
Elinor and Marianne. Sisters.
Yeah. Jane Austen. Sense and
Sensibility. Okay. Harriet Smith, Frank Churchill. Again Jane Austen.
Sir, the matchmaking.
Exactly. Yeah. What is it? Emma. And where do you find Viola Sebastian Cesario?
The 12th night.
12th night. Where do you find Aegeon? You know it. It's about a dual identity. Shakespeare. There will be similar people will be there. In two families will be there. Both of them will be having identical. Comedy of errors. Comedy of errors. Very good. Fanny Price. You find in which Jane Austen's work? She's the heroine. She will grow up in aunt's house and she will be brought up there with the other cousins. The famous scene will be coming now. They will be going for a park visit with the aunt and everyone. She will be craving for a life. I've already told the answer. Mansfield Park. Okay. Where do you find Mirabel and Mrs. Fainall? Which fort? This is easy.
Way of the
World. Way of the world. By Congreve. Peter, Jack, and Martin. Where do you find them? Three of them represents different.
Dryden.
No. Augustine. Come to Augustine. Peter, Jack, and Tale of a Tub. Tale of a Tub. Yeah. Tale of a Tub is by Defoe. Defoe or Swift or?
Swift.
Swift it must be. Okay. Next important work. Squire Alworthy, Bridget Blifil. Everything you must have known. Just a recall. Squire Alworthy. This is what we confuse with. Not a Joseph. Tom Jones. What is the subtitle?
A foundling.
A foundling. Dr. Primrose, Squire Thornhill.
Mayor of Casterbridge.
No, the similar one. Vicar of Wakefield. Yes. Okay, who wrote Female Quixote? Is it right? Quixote. The female Quixote.
Elisha
Haywood, I think. What is the character? Title character? Arabella. And one more thing, Arabella Fermor can also be found in Belinda. She is called as Belinda. Yes, Arabella Fermor.
Belinda.
And where do you find King Leontes, Hermione, Perdita? Okay, I have given. King Leontes, Hermione, Shakespeare, Perdita.
Sir, this one ice cream.
No. Winter's Tale. King Midsummer Night's Dream. We will have Helena and one more character. Her name is Hermia. Opera. You remember it perfectly. Puck. And okay. And okay. This is difficult. I'll go with another one. Dick and Mary Turner.
The grass is singing.
Very good, ma'am. The grass is singing. Sarah Woodruff. The French.
The French
Lieutenant Women's. Okay. And the next one is, if possible, you can find it because this is a little tough. I'll just tell you. Alex, from one of the contemporary works. Dystopian, I think, as far as I know.
Any clue?
It will carry a name of fruit. Title. Orange.
A Clockwork Orange.
The Clockwork Orange. Alex. Okay, and the next one is Sir Claude Mulhammer, one of the Eliot's worst dramas. Sorry, what answer did you say, ma'am?
Question, sir.
Sir Claude Mulhammer. Options are the cocktail party or the confidential clerk. Confidential clerk is the right answer. Okay, next one. The cultural industry is an coinage by
No.
Adorno. In which of his works? Dialectics of Enlightenment by Adorno and
Max Hockey.
okay. Who wrote image music text? Image hyphen music hyphen text.
Roland Barthes.
Roland Barthes. Okay. And he also coined the term anchorage. Please remember, he also coined the term anchorage. Already we saw a work of his, Mythologies. Do you remember? Okay. Public spheres is a term coined by public spheres. Jürgen Habermas. Jürgen Habermas. Okay. Large scale dispersal of people due to capitalism is termed as ethnoscapes. It was coined by a famous writer, Indian cultural studies writer. You know very well. Post colonial.
Homi K. Baba.
No, but he is related to theory, mostly theory. He's also a critic.
And all shall be right.
Yes. Scapes, technoscapes, ethnoscapes.
Shyam Selvadurai.
No.
Arjun Appadurai.
Arjun Appadurai. Okay. And okay, I'll tell you some writers' names. Which movement they belong to? Movement means it's a recent one. Okay. Louis Shiner, Bruce Sterling, Pat Cadogan, William Gibson, Rudy Rucker. Louis Skinner, Bruce Sterling, Pat Cadogan, Rudy Rucker, and William Gibson. With William Gibson, you can guess. Very good. Adhe da. Cyberpunk. Next one. What is the meaning of queer? Queer theory nu padikrom. Strange. Very good.
Strange.
Or peculiar. What is the meaning of diaspora?
Dispersion.
Very good. Dispersal of seeds. So dispersion. Yes. What is the meaning of hegemony? Meaning.
Control. Dominance. Power over.
It means rule or leadership.
Dominance.
Yeah. And one important thing is Gramsci introduced this term in his work Notes on the Southern Question. Okay. Simple question this is. Linguistic gap is described as a suture by one of the psychoanalysts. Linguistic gap is described as a suture by very good. Lacan is the right answer. Who wrote the work Postmodernism? The work itself is Postmodernism. He coined the term cognitive mapping in this particular work. Cognitive mapping. He talks about this. Again, a psychoanalyst. Maybe you can easily guess. The work itself is Postmodernism. Know that. Frederick Jameson. Okay. Victor Shklovsky coined the term. It's a famous term. And he refers to Leo Tolstoy, who used the same technique in Anna Karenina. Defamiliarization. Very good. That too in a whipping scene in Anna Karenina. Okay, please remember this. Anti-humanism is a term coined by which neo-Marxist theorist? Now you can tell it easily. Tell me. If you remember, I'll be happy. Which neo-Marxist theorist coined the term anti-humanism?
Louis Althusser.
Very good. Louis Althusser. Okay, who declared the death of the man?
Death of the man or death of the author, sir?
Not Arthur. Arthur is Barthes.
Roland Barthes.
Yeah, but death of the man. It was declared by a person who talked about power a lot. We already saw a quote also. Ma'am gave an answer for that also. Foucault.
Althusser.
Foucault. The order of things. In that he has declared it. Okay. Subjective material aspects become objective and people become obsessed to it. It was introduced by Karl Marx in which of his works? Karl Marx has written only Communist Manifesto, Das Kapital, that's it. Communist Manifesto in 1848, this one in 1867. It's Das Kapital. Okay. Sublime was introduced by Sublime. Longinus, but it was used by Immanuel Kant and Lyotard. Okay. Okay. Over determination, this we have already seen. Term coined by again neo-Marxist.
Althusser.
Althusser. Okay. Now tell me what are the 4 types of meaning coined by I.A. Richards?
Sense, feeling, tone, intention.
Very good. Sense, feeling, tone, intention. Okay. Who wrote Barrack Room Ballads? Now I'm coming into British, so you can feel free a little. Rudyard Kipling. Very good, very good. Whose term is this? Whose quote is this? Good sense is the body of poetic genius. One of the romantics. Good sense is the body of poetic genius.
Coleridge.
Very good. Good, yes. It's in Biographia Literaria. Okay. Okay. In which work Mark Twain gives an account of his visit to India?
Is it subtle briefing?
Following the Equator. It's a non-fiction. Following the Equator. Okay, who coined the term comedy of menace? It was used by Harold Pinter, but it was coined by Irving Wardle. Irving Wardle. Just to know. Okay.
Irving Wardle coined which term? Name of the term?
Name of the term. For which?
Irving Wardle.
It is comedy of menace.
Okay.
Okay. If winter comes, can spring be far behind?
Sorry?
If winter comes, can spring be far behind?
Go to yesterday.
Very good. Okay. When shall we three meet again? Okay, this is not essential. Okay, sorry. We'll go again. Okay. And okay, which work of Salman Rushdie is an essay that propounds an anti-essentialist view of a place? He said that Commonwealth literature does not exist in this work. I'll give you the first half, try to guess the second. Imaginary.
Sir, imaginary homeland, sir.
Homeland. Okay. Which work do you find Mosca, the fly or parasite? Vulture or the vulture?
Walpole.
Very good. Corbaccio, the raven. I'll repeat once again. Mosca, the fly or parasite. Walter or the vulture, a lawyer. Corbaccio or the raven. Whose essay is Naipaul's India and Mine? He is a poet.
Conrad.
Indian poet.
Option please.
Nizam Ezekiel. Okay. Who wrote the biography of T.S. Eliot? Peter Ackroyd. Peter Ackroyd. And then pen is mightier than the sword. What is the figure of speech here? Options are synecdoche or metonymy. Metonymy, very good. And Ashton is a character in Pinter's. Ashton.
The caretaker.
Caretaker, very good, very good. Double Dealer was written by Restoration.
There is another work, like Double Dealer. Another work is also related to dealers.
Plain Dealer.
Congreve.
Congreve is the right answer. Okay. And who wrote The Coral Island, an utopian novel? Yes. R.M. Valentine, very good. Okay, whose quote is this? An important critic. The future of poetry is immense because in poetry our race, as time goes on, will never find an ever surer and surer stay. The claim for poetry is made by. This is very famous, right? The future of poetry is immense. Options are Arnold or Eliot.
Eliot.
It is Arnold in Study of Poetry. Okay. Who is famous for curtailed sonnets? Yes.
Sir, any option?
Curtailed sonnets. That's what I asked. He is famous for Sprung Rhythm. Hopkins.
Jim Hopkins.
Sir.
Yes, right. Okay. Who says Horatio, I am dead? Horatio, I am dead. Hamlet. Okay, this is an example of he is not yet dead, but he is dead. What is the figure of speech? Prolepsis. Okay. Who wrote Tithonus, a dramatic monologue? Victorian.
Sir, Robert Brown.
No. Tennyson. And the character Giovanni is found in It's Pity She's a Whore, written by Dekker or Ford? Ford is the answer. John Ford. England, My England is a poem by, I'll tell the answer because it's tough, Henley. Henley. Okay. Um, Byron's The Vision of Judgment is a satire directed against.
Adele.
Very good. Saudi. Who wrote verses on the death of Dr. Swift? You will never forget this because it's quite different. Verses on the death of Dr. Swift. It was written
Sir,
by
your cousin, you won't be a writer something.
Addison, that
Do you
is, I
remember?
think. But here, Swift himself wrote this. Verses on the death of Dr. Swift. Okay. Okay.
அவருக்கே ஒரு எழுத்து எழுதிட்டு
அப்படியா? I couldn't remember. Oh. Do you know the work's name?
Underben Bulben, I think so.
Oh, okay. This is quite interesting. Who wrote The Rights of Man? Published in 1791.
Thomas Paine.
Very good. Tom Paine. Who wrote an Horatian ode upon Cromwell's return from Ireland in 1650? One of the metaphysical. Try to guess. Andrew Marvell.
Andrew Marvell.
Okay. And next one, William Faulkner, Philip Roth, and J.D. Salinger are dash, I will say, what American novelists? They belong to which community? Philip Roth, William Faulkner, J.D. Salinger.
Jewish community.
Very good. Jewish American. Oh. Dinah Morris, where do you find? In George Eliot's famous.
Hell on the Floss.
No.
What's the name?
Dinah Morris.
Sir, a historical novel, no, sir. This one.
Little bit.
Adam Beda.
Adam Bede. The Unfortunate Traveler is a work by University Wit.
Thomas Nash.
Thomas Nash. Very good. Okay, murderous innocence. What is the figure of speech?
Oxymoron.
Sir,
Oxymoron. Very good. What is the difference between oxymoron and paradox?
Oxymoron, complete opposite. Ideas.
Paradox?
it can be understood anyway, 2 or 3 ways.
But usually they are opposites. Usually, but it's like if it is like an humorous tone, it will be irony, or if it is pricking, it will be irony. But paradox, when it comes in a sentence, we usually say it as paradox. When it comes as two words opposite to each other, we used to say it as oxymoron in simple terms. Okay. What stanza form is used in The Eve of St. Agnes by Keats?
Tetrameter.
No, that's a type of form, stanza form. Spenserian. Okay. Next one. Who all belong to The Great Tradition, as said by F.R. Lewis. Can you remember? Recall?
Sir, Joseph Conrad,
Very good.
Jane Austen,
Very good. Another one.
James Joyce, sir.
He leaves out James Joyce. That's the problem.
Conrad, Jane Austen.
There's a person who writes in pen name. Just now we saw the person.
Two more to be added, isn't it, sir? Joseph Conrad, Jane Austen.
George
Is it Virginia?
George Eliot. But he actually eliminates James Joyce.
Okay, sir.
That is what they have given. And one more set is there. Can you try? Will be little interesting. A House for Mr. Biswas. Okay. And Naipaul. The Four Gated City by Doris Lessing. Facial Justice by Hartley. All these belong to which type of novels? Interesting question actually. The Four Gated City, Facial Justice, A House for Mr. Biswas.
Any pessimistic type of novels?
A little bit dark.
Dystopian.
No. It starts with A. Apocalypse. Egoistical sublime was first used by? Egoistical sublime.
Freud. Is it Freud?
Keats. In a letter to Richard Woodhouse. Okay. The mind forged manacles is a phrase from? One of the romantic writers, very early.
Sir, is it Robert Bridges?
Blake.
Sorry, sir.
The mind, I think you are trying to say this. Okay. A comic epic in prose is applied to Fielding's which work? Comic epic in prose.
Joseph Andrews, sir.
This is what we get confused every time. Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
Oh my god, this is going to be tough. Okay. Samuel Butler's Year One is an example of? Utopia. Okay, the last question for the day. Let it be very interesting. Okay. Who wrote the work The Age of Reason?
Thompson.
Thompson.
Season so.
Thomas is correct.
Thomas Paine.
Thomas Paine. Very good. Okay. So the session is done. So today I have